Hello, my name is Ginny Gray and I'm a transformational coach. And I'd like to share with you 3 powerful steps for shifting stress in your life so that you can have more balance in your life. And these 3 steps involve you shifting what's going on within you, because we can't always change what's going on around us. We can't always control the circumstances and people in our lives. But we can shift what's going on with our reactions, and that's where the power comes in. So the 3 steps I want to share with you are what I call the 3 A's: awareness, attitude, and action. So the first step, awareness, is becoming aware of how you react to stress. When you become aware, you move off automatic pilot and you become more conscious, and that's where you realize you're bigger than the stress in your life. So start to notice what happens to you when you're stressed. Do you start to panic and worry and think of all the worst things that could happen in your life? Or do you become an ostrich and hide and hope everything will go away? Or do you tend to blame people and get angry and frustrated? Or maybe you become a drama queen and over-dramatize everything that's going on in your life. Just start to notice what happens when you're stressed, because then you can start to shift that. And you can also start to become more aware of what's motivating your stress reaction style. We all use these coping mechanisms because it's what worked at one point. So if you can become aware of what it does for you, what's the payoff? Maybe you get to feel safe by worrying. Maybe you get to feel, you get attention by being a drama person. Maybe you get to feel powerful and in control by blaming others. Whatever it is, if you look at how you can meet your needs underneath that, how you can feel safe or have attention or feel good in other ways, then you can start to really let go of these stress styles, because these stress styles are what make the stress worse in your life. And by shifting them, you start to feel so much lighter and so much more balanced in your life. So the second A is attitude. Because often when we're stressed, we tend to be in that fight, flight, or freeze mode. We're either fighting what's going on, struggling, trying to make it different, trying to make it happen faster, working harder, or we're fleeing and trying to run away from the stress, or we're just frozen and we don't know what to do and we get confused. So if we can shift out of those attitudes and adopt 4 new attitudes, we can totally start to shift the stress in our lives. And the first attitude is acceptance. By simply accepting the situation or the circumstance or the person as they are or as it is, you start to relax. It doesn't mean you like what's going on, but it just means you're accepting reality for what it is. And in that space of acceptance, you start to open up to new possibilities and new creative solutions to resolve the stress in your life. So practice accepting instead of denying or resisting or fighting what's going on. And then the second step to try is ease. Often when people are stressed, they're in effort. They're trying to make it happen as quickly as they can. They're trying to get the work done as fast as they can, or they're trying to get somewhere, and they move into resistance or they move into effort and struggle, and that only makes the stress worse. All we do is end up feeling worse. Our bodies get tight and constricted. The energy stops flowing and we don't feel good. So if you can just relax and breathe and just move into a state of ease, it's an actual way of being. And if you can move through your day in a place of ease, you'll get your work done more easily, you'll handle people much better, it'll just feel overall more balanced. And the third attitude to adopt is amusement. We all know how healing amusement is. So if we can find the humor in the stressful situation, it won't be stressful anymore. We can't be amused and light and stressed at the same time. So see if you can find some humor, even if you're laughing at yourself for your stress reaction style. Or maybe you can think of a funny joke or do something to lighten up the situation so you can move into amusement and move through the stress and let it go. And then the fourth attitude to adopt is gratitude. Because often when people are stressed, they're moaning and complaining and whining about what's not going well and what's not working. And what does that do? We just end up feeling worse again. We end up getting our energy drops down. We end up feeling grumpy and tired and exhausted. But if we can focus on something wonderful in our life, something good that's going on in our life, our energy lifts, our mood lifts. So even if you can't find something good in the actual stressful situation in the moment, focus on something else. Is it a nice day outside? Do you have a favorite pet that you love? Is there a favorite person you can think of? And start to think of all the wonderful things that make you feel good. And that attitude of gratitude will lift you up and you won't feel stressed anymore. So acceptance, ease, amusement, and gratitude are key attitudes to adopt. So the third A is action. So once you've become aware of what your stress reaction styles are, and you've looked at what motivates them and how to meet those underlying needs, and then you've looked at different attitudes you can adopt, like acceptance, ease, amusement, and gratitude, the third important step to take is action, is actually implementing something new. Because all of the stress reaction styles you've been doing on automatic pilot have been habits that you've created over the years. So you need to create a new habit. So you need to actually catch yourself when you're feeling stressed and notice what you're doing, become aware, and then consciously choose to try something new. So if you're panicking and thinking of all the worst things that could go wrong, you would notice, and then you would say, okay, I'm going to think of all the positive things that could happen. Or if you were blaming somebody, you might stop and go, you know what, I'm going to practice being non-judgmental and I'm going to practice acceptance. Or if you were dramatizing the situation, you would become aware, catch yourself, and say, I'm going to practice ease and just be calm. So whatever it is you're doing, you need to actually take a new action. And the more you do that over time, pretty soon you'll have a new habit and you won't even have to think about it, and you'll just be responding to situations in your life instead of reacting out of automatic pilot. And you'll be much less stressed and have so much more peace and calm in your life, and your life will become balanced.